strategy to be effective, we are going to be making use of two indicators in market structure and also liquidity sweep. Note, liquidity is king when it comes to market, when it comes to trading. Structure, liquidity, and watching out for your entry. These three things are going to help you in your trading. Add it up with the train, you are going to be a genius. So this is 1 minute. How are we going to make this strategy very effective for us? We are going to check out the bearish part of this, and we are going to check out the bullish part of it. How are we going to make use of this? One, we are going to make use of these two indicators. So how are we going to add our indicator? We have to go to our moving average. We have to type on, this is our indicator right here. So once we type on it, an interface will open. Once the interface open, then we type EMA. Once we type EMA, different EMA will pop up, but the one we are going to choose is EMA 20, 50, 100, 200 by DA Swift. Then once this EMA are on your chart, you will go to your setting. You type on the EMA, you go to setting. So you can see that this EMA has many plots. It has plot 1, which is red, plot 2, which is orange, plot 3, and plot 4, which is blue. So this is how this indicator is going to be on your chart. But what you are going to do on this EMA is for you to disable plot 3 and plot 4. So you type on the EMA. Once you type on it, you disable plot 3 and plot 4. Then this indicator is going to be like this on your chart. So since you have since you've done setting up your EMA, your indicator, what next are you going to do? The next thing you are going to focus on is you want to be this indicator in the market itself to be in an uptrend, and that is what happened here. This indicator, two of it were in an uptrend, and this market was above the two moving averages. Then after this happened, we've seen that this market started breaking structure to the downside. The market was breaking structure to the downside. It broke this structure and also broken this structure right here. But we are not really after only the break of structure. We have to make sure that as the indicator, as the market is breaking structure and also coming to the downside, we have to make sure that this market as well is closing below the EMA. If we are to take a sell trade, if we are to take a buy trade, we have to make sure that it's closing above the EMA. So what happened? We see that this market was able to close below the two EMA. It closed below the first, also closed below the second. So this is to say that, whoa, this market, it's really bearish. This market, it's really bearish. Then the last EMA is what we are going to focus on, which is this very one. We have to focus on this last EMA, which is our 50 EMA. This tests the extent which this market, how bear is this market. If the bear market is strong, we test it by this 50 EMA. How do we test it? That is because we wait for the market to come and close below this 50 EMA. If the market closes below this 50 EMA, then our liquidity comes in. How do we get our liquidity? Now, our liquidity comes in around this area. This is where our liquidity comes in. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on notification bell for more tutorial videos to come. So we have to make sure that this first high that has closed below the 50 EMA serve as our liquidity. This first high here has to serve as our liquidity, because here is the high that broke this 50 EMA. It is this very one that broke the 50 EMA to the downside. So this high serve as our liquidity. As you can see, as that market come in, it grabbed that very high, thereby the market was able to tap into this other high right here, and it goes down. This is 1 minute. This is 1 minute. So you place your trade right at this point. You place your trade right at this point. You may place your trade at this candle, but you see this candle is too long, so you are trying to make sure that your stop loss is something a bit minimal. So the zone is too long, you place your trade somewhere, your stop loss come a bit above it. This is 1 minute. If I don't have to target very high risk to reward, so your first TP will be this low here. If this first low here gives you 1:7, fine, take it. 1:7, it's a good RR when it comes to 1 minute chart. So that gives you 1:7. It's very nice. It's very nice. You can as well pull down because there is imbalance around this zone. We have imbalance around this zone, so you can target around this imbalance. Can target before this imbalance field. So if you target this before the imbalance field, you can as well got 1:9 RR. But if you want to target the imbalance zone here, you can get 1:10 from this very trade. So this is the sell scenario. And also, for you to get a re-entry on this market, you can have a re-entry upon when this moving average, your entry will come in once this moving average cross each other. Once this moving average cross each other, you see this moving average, this market come into this moving average, and then this moving average cross each other. Then as after this moving average cross each other, you look for an engulfing candle to come out of that zone. Once the engulfing candle have done, you can place your trade. You see this candle was too high, it was too long. You can't place a trade here. This moving average was too long. This candle, not moving average, this candle that comes out of this zone after these two indicators has crossed each other was very long. So for you to really place a trade, you wait for the market to come into this zone right here, this candle that lead to the engulfing. You can wait for the market to come in there for you to take a trade to the downside. But as you can see, the market didn't come into that zone, and you did not take any trade. You did not take any re-entry trade on this zone. So therefore, you moved on to something else. Let's check out the buy scenario. I think you understand what I'm saying. The market pull into this zone, then you buy your trade to the downside. But if the engulfing candle that comes out of this zone is profitable, you can take the trade to the downside. But you placing a trade on this candle, it's very high. The candle is too long. If you place trade at this candle and look at where your stop loss will be, even your take profit is not even 1:1 or 1:5. So you can't place this kind of trade. So that is why this re-entry right here, it's not advisable. So let us check our buy scenario. We are still on our 1 minute chart. So now we've seen that the market was coming down. The market was bear. This was a bear trend. The market was bear. It was coming down. Now it's for you to mark your structure. So we have a high right here, this very high here, and we have a low. That high is the one that contributes to this low right here. So we have it. So after that, we see that this market come into this high right here. The market came into this high, but it didn't close above this high because this was the high. It did not close above it. The market wicked the high, but it didn't close above it. And also, this 50 EMA here is still intact. There is no market that closed above it. This is, we are looking for a way for us to take the trade to the upside. So there is no market that comes and close above this 50 EMA. But we have the first one, this 20 EMA, a market closed above it. But this 50 EMA did not confirm the trend for us, because this 50 EMA is the one that will confirm if the trend is if the trend is truly bullish or not. If the market is able to close above this 50 EMA broken structure, then we are sure that true, this market is bullish. The volume that come into the market is high. So this is what the 50 EMA stand for us, and the two moving average help us for a re-entry trade. So we keep going. Then we see that this market was able to close above this 50 EMA. It closes above this 50 EMA with this. It closes above the 50 EMA right there. And also the trend, which was the last high, which is this high here, which is this very high here. The market was able to close above this high right here. And which zone lead to close of that high? It was this very one. This one was the one, this very leg here was the one that lead to close above the high. So let's delete all this. Let's delete all this. You see, this very leg here was the one responsible to close above that high. So we're going to mark this low. We are going to mark this very low here, which is the first break. We mark this low. This low right here serves as our liquidity. We don't take a trade right there. The low serves as our liquidity. Then we expect the market to pull into this other zone, which is this one. Once this market pull into this other zone, this is where we are going to take our trade to the upside. So you see the market pull into this zone, and then we place our trade in. We target the next high. Place our trade. Stop loss come a bit beneath that zone, and we target, look at the left and look at where we can target, and we target this very high, which is our first high for us to target. So, and we pull our trigger. We were able to have 1:9, almost 1:10 RR on that zone, just by using 1 minute chart, liquidity, structure, moving average, and so on. And then after this moving average crosses together at this zone, the moving average cross together, the moving average cross together around this zone, and then it gives us engulfing candle right here. And you check out where you want to take your trade from. You check it out where your tip is going to be. If you place a trade, will you be able to have a good risk to reward RR? If yes, you can enter this trade at least 1:3. So as that candle gives you an engulfing pattern, after the two cross together, and then it gives you engulfing, you can place your trade right there. Your stop loss come below that engulfing. Anything goes below that zone, you are out of this market, and you still TP the same high. And you can see that this second entry gives you 1:5 RR, while the first entry gives you 1:9.82 RR. So this is how you can implement 1 minute to your favor. One, we make use of our moving averages, we make use of structure, we make use of liquidity grab, and then upon retesting of a valid zone, we take our trade to which direction we were expecting the market to go. So this is how you can implement 1 minute chart to your favor. Not 1:2 RR, not 1:3 RR, not 1:4 RR. So I've been able to drop many and useful and profitable strategies on this channel, but that doesn't mean I'm using all of them. I have my own profitable strategy which I've tested, and it's proven to be very, very effective. That's the one I'm using to trade. So if you want to trade the way I do personally with my own strategy, you can contact me through Telegram link, which it will be linked to this video, or check the video description. You will see my Telegram. You can contact me through Telegram. You can join my free Telegram channel. You can also be part of my VIP if you want. It's not costly, which is my signal group. You can be part of our VIP group. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do well to subscribe. If you are already a new subscriber, shout out to you. Stay tuned and learn from this channel. I remain Aqua FX as I sign out. Peace.